I always thought that Romanian school trips are one of the best school trips in the world, and the trip I did 4 months ago with my class didn't make any difference. Leaving day. I remember I was among the first people who came that morning, and as time went on, we all showed up. When we got in the bus, a girl that we're gonna call Rebel asked the driver if we can listen to Manele, which are basically gypsy songs, but it wasn't that bad, it was a really nice atmosphere. After 3 hours of driving, we arrived at the restaurant so we could eat, and we also took a lot of photos there. After another 2 hours of booming Manele, we finally arrived at the hotel. And the bad part was the fact that there were only rooms for 2 or 3 people. Before the trip, I asked Chunky Boy if we can stay together with Cole and Popzilla, and he came in our room, but then the class teacher came and was like, okay, Luca are gonna stay with Popzilla, and Chunky Boy are gonna stay with Cole and Punk. And let me tell you, Popzilla is a pretty boring roommate. After we unpackaged our thing, the class teacher came and told us that going to see the horse waterfall. And the crazy thing that happened was that 2 dogs followed us all the way, even when we went uphill with the chairlift. The waterfall was beautiful, I loved it. And on the way back, artists explained me what Death Note was all about, and it was kinda interesting. And also on the way back, we found these wooden bear sculptures. When we arrived at the hotel,
This is where the fun begins.
oh yeah, don't even get me started. At first I stayed in Chunky Boy's room, and he and Cole were preparing for a big football game between two teams, which were Cluj-Napoca and Celtic, and I was really just standing there not understanding anything. After a little bit, G-Girl came, took some popcorn from Chunky Boy, and asked me and Popzilla if we want to play some Uno. I had the best cards in almost all the rounds. And Ardis was apparently listening to some depressive anime music which had butterflies in it. After the game I wanted to go sleep, although it was like 9 p.m. And I go to Cole to say goodnight, and here's what I saw. Basically all the girls that like football came in their room and all of them were staying in the big bed now. And I know it was kind of weird to me. I also stayed in the bed but didn't really enjoy it. Then Punk came, took out his music box, and turned it on. That thing was like volume 100. The class teacher just burst through the door and was like, okay, everyone to bed. Me and Popzilla just run away, lock the door, and go sleep. My colleagues also told me other stories from the night. Chunky Boy told me that Cole and Pound became quite philosophical and began questioning the meaning of life. Iconic told me that he, Bully Ali, Black Dude, Fencer, and Rebel played Truth or Dare until 3 a.m. And G-Girl told me that Skelly was looking for food during the night, which is kind of weird. 2 more stories before I go. On the way back, we visited a mall which had this really nice bookshop from which I bought this Marvel book. And apparently the driver parked in a forbidden spot, and me and Chunky Boy had to run all the mall. I know it right, Pops, like, ignore it. And another lame thing that happened was like, I go to the bus and see my coat in the front seats. I was like, what the heck? I go to my spot and there were 2 girls there. I was like, okay, what are you doing? They were like, oh, we took your spot because we're stupid. We're like, where's my backpack? Oh, here it is. Still didn't like that took my spot. And they had this really lame excuse like, oh, at least we put your coat there. Well, I didn't put my backpack.